So on Wednesdays we were pink, and on today we reviewed the brand new Mean Girls movie, which is actually an adaptation of the Broadway musical of Mean Girls, which is actually based off of the 2004 movie of Mean Girls, which is also coming from a book. So yeah, let's get into the movie, my likes, my dislikes, and whether or not I feel like the musical aspect of the movie worked. If you do like this style of review, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I believe I'm about 60 or so away from my goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers, so this channel can grow and potentially become my livelihood and how I pay bills. Let's get into the review. The new Mean Girls movie had a lot to live up to, especially when being compared to the 2004 movie, well, Mean Girls. But for me, I'm not one who typically likes to compare the new version to the old version. I like to judge the new version of whatever's coming out on its own merits. Sometimes they succeed and sometimes they don't. And in this case, for me at least, Mean Girls succeeded. It was an immensely enjoyable experience, especially for me, someone who claims that they don't like musicals, but has liked all three of the last three musicals that they've seen in Wonka, The Color Purple, and now Mean Girls. Apparently, I need to let that go. The cast of the movie, which is a mix of old and new, includes Tina Fey as well as some other cameos and other actors who, from the previous movies, deliver some pretty special performances, especially some of our new cast, Auli'i, Cravalho, and Jaquel, Spivey. Those two give out the standout performances in my mind as the masterminds behind the revenge tour against the Plastics, where they use Cady, just like in the original movie, to kind of burrow into the Plastics culture and try to take them down one by one. However, just like the original movie, things go a little bit awry when Cady becomes full of herself, just like a plastic, and ends up turning into a different person. I won't go into details for the rest of the film, but what I will do is talk about some of the best aspects of this movie. The Plastics, led by Regina George, as played by Reneé Rapp, are actually a really good rendition of what we've seen before. And it's really dope because Reneé Rapp does a really good job as giving us vocalist Regina George, who sings your doom to you instead of just saying it. And let me also give love to the other Plastics as well. You have Avantika, who plays Karen, who is dumb as a doorknob. I mean, she is. How does she make it this far? Unfortunately, no one seems to be trying to help her up her intelligence game, but Avantika, she kills this role. Her own solo is probably the best song in the movie. She's at a party, she has her own dance solo, dance break. Yo, she is amazing in this. And to that point, let me just also give credit to everybody in this movie. They are singing their behinds off. They're going off on the nose, the angelic vocals that make things levitate. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I used to have these angelic vocals where, you know what I'm saying, the church would condemn me for my voice because it would cause things to levitate and they would try to burn me at the stake. You know what I'm saying? This movie is a masterclass in vocal gymnastics, and that's probably my biggest takeaway from it. I mean, besides the story being executed well, I was just thinking about how everybody in the movie was singing their behind off. And then you have your dance numbers and your funny moments and everything like that. The other cool thing that they do in this movie is that they update it. Now we're in 2024 with cell phones and iPads and different ways in which we communicate and different standards of socialization that we have now. And all of that is explored in this movie. Things like news and memes and all kinds of different ways in which we can bully people and all kinds of ways in which we can manipulate people. This movie, man, I'm a big proponent of it. I wish they didn't hide the musical aspect of it in the trailers, because I can imagine someone coming in who typically doesn't like musicals being immediately turned off. But if you come in having that knowledge, you may be more willing to embrace it. Let's get into the grade for the movie. So how many sparks does this movie get from me? A grand total of 4. I had a really good time with this movie. I think it's above average. I don't think it's perfect or something I'm going to revisit a bunch of times, but at the same time, it did its job. It got me to care, and it also got me thinking about the singing. And the characters are so dope and engaging that how could I not? So yeah, I really enjoyed this film. Highly recommend it. Even if you're a little trepidatious about the musical part of it, please just take a chance. Give it a little bit of a chance, at least. You know what I'm saying? Go on a weekend, go on a matinee, if you will, where you just like pay the $5 on a Tuesday and just go check it out. That's it for me. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this movie, and I'll talk to you guys next time.